evening. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Veterans Day. All you veterans, brothers and sisters. I wanted to give a garden update. My zone 1, zone 2 area. So what I've done is started planting a little more out here. I've got some poplar trees in. And that's one there. And I did these because they proved to be well this year, even after all that. I got a new mesquite tree to put in. Birds of paradise along the top of the swell here. Another poplar. And another poplar over here. Also added, I'm going to add, I don't know if you can see it, right here, a bird of paradise. And up here in the top, there's going to be another poplar. And then this area is going to be reserved for cacti and other type of plants. Also brought in a lot of rocks down here. Reinforced the backside of the swells and the berms. Stop erosion. I'm going to bring that all the way around. But certainly adds depth to this. I like it. Got this all rocked out here. So this area is slowly coming together. Probably going to put right in there a mesquite tree to replace that orange tree that didn't make it. That orange tree over there is struggling, but it is making a comeback. This lime is doing very well. Let's give an update over here. So most of y'all know I've been working on this wadi. Finally finished it. Finally all the way around and netted. We've got this deer netting, pretty solid, going up it. And we started cobbing the bottom of it. We've used a couple of different methods. This front part was just the soil thrown in there with compacted with water. And it hardened up pretty well. Then we did some rocks and straw, and then we did mostly straw. And this turns out to be the strongest. And what I'm hoping that'll do is at least show me where the rabbits are going in. Then I can set up snares instead of trying to guess where they're going in. We'll go into here, and you can see the cactus collection is still alive. This guy got tore up this summer. Got 8 on, got 8 there. This whole limb going up was 8 eaten. Even when this was drooping down, got into that. But there's a lot of new growth on it since then. So I'm pretty happy about that. Some new additions. We have a Mexican petunia. And this is the pink variety. There's a pink one. One flower on it. And this is supposed to do really well in the heat. And we have the purple variety. And this is going to fill in here. Now in here we've added a couple more trees. We're going to add that Spanish lavender. The dill's coming back. And who knows what else is going to pop up. I already see stuff popping up down here, and it kind of looks like dill. Should have a lot of dill considering how much was spread in there. Future plans for our mouse problem. Say hello to G. And his brother, Bear. They're going to be our little solver of problems when it comes to rodents, we hope. Okay, out in the main garden, we've added quite a few trees, some shrubs since the last time you came through. Planted the cassava, got our garlic in, just planted radishes, the turnips. We put in a turnip bed, and they're coming up. But we've added, there's a mulberry here, another poplar there. These guys were added since the last video. These are called orange bells. You can tell, they call them that. Nice flower. And this is a mid-sized shrub. It's about 6 by 8, so it should do good. We got garlic in here. These native buffalo gourds. We've got quite a few of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's one over here, 6. There's one over there, 7. And I've already broke up and spread seeds of another one. So that's 8. The cassava, this is where we decided on it. And as you can see, it seems to be doing well. So hopefully I can get this rooted and covered in time. The garlic that we did plant is coming up in here. We've got it all coming up in here, and there's about half coming up in there so far. Mulberry, as I said. Poplar. And then we put in a couple of rosemaries over here. This is kind of a variety of the yellow bell, except this one's orange and yellow. So it's doing well. The pomegranates are turning colors, so our version of fall. Ocotillos are turning. Now, here's something to note. How I know this is working, the system is working. This guy kept its leaves all year. Didn't shed. And that's odd. Everything out here sheds its leaves until the rain. This poplar is about ready to burst free of the cage. This one actually topped the cage. In here, we have turnips, and it's probably too dark to see them, but I'll try to let you see. They're coming up in here. And so it looks like we're gonna have turnips if this holds up. This poplar it's not doing so well, but I know it's alive, and I know it will do all right. The hardy plants, and this one's taproot got messed up when I was putting it down, putting it in, but I can already see the little green nubs coming up. So I'm not really worried. Another poplar. Now this is a Texas sage. It's supposed to get about 6 foot by 8 foot. So it should fill in nicely here. That gourd. And then we put a mulberry here. The other places we have cassava is along this fence line, or the front of the greenhouse. Some of them are coming up. This one has leaves on the back side. So they are coming up. Difference is I put these in straw, and those I didn't. So probably the difference. That moringa's coming back. So all in all, fig's doing good. Fig's doing really good. Here's what's kind of weird. But on second growth of figs. We got two figs on there. Kind of surprised me. It should be dropping its leaves pretty soon. But other than a couple more, I got a mulberry up there. It didn't survive the first night, but rabbits get the top. But I'm still hopeful for it. It's probably going to go in this corner. And then, another mulberry right here in the center. And then the last tree is probably going to be a peach tree right there. And I'll fill in a couple of gaps with pomegranates and a couple other, shrubs. And that'll be this main garden planted. Oh, let me show you this. So, all year long, this thing's been eaten down to the ground twice this year. And then it came up, and then the tops kept getting ate out. So I put this netting around that stops the kangaroo mice. That's what's doing it. And we've got all this growth off of it since I did that. So I'm pretty happy about that. I imagine how big that tree would have gotten if it was growing all year. So I'm looking forward to next year, see what it does. The peach, it's doing well. So that's our main garden. What's going to be our food forest, even though I don't know if you can call it a food forest if it doesn't have a nut tree in it. It's still a food forest to me. Other than that, I'll keep you updated. It's supposed to rain this coming up week. We have 3 days of chance of rain, and I certainly hope so. There's a lot of seeds out here spread, and if we can get some good rain, who knows? We're liable to have a good winter. But y'all be good to one another. Stay safe in this crazy world. God bless, and good night.